ancestors. Today, most people do not even think about them, as if they had never existed. It is a wonder if one knows even a little about his grandfather, not to mention his great-grandfather. But earlier, much earlier, things were different. Before words had become but mere merchandise used to concoct lies, when a man still lived by his word. That was a time when the living flow of blood, from son to father, from father to grandfather and great-grandfather and great-great-great-grandfather, still had not been choked off. It had not yet sunk beneath all of the alien values within mind and soul, that most of us can no longer hear its wrestle, even in the stillest hour. Once the whole past dwelt in the hearts of the living, and from this past the present and the future grew upwards like the strong limbs of a healthy tree. For that which remains with us from once upon a time of our fables serves as a reminder, a finger showing us the way back into the millennia of our great past, and that man in whose breast the once upon a time of his kin is no longer awake, has no future which truly belongs to him. Can we forget the struggles of our ancestors against the cosmopolitan Rome, everybody's Rome, once beautiful Rome, ancient Rome, a dream, a whisper of the mighty gods, now conquered by the hordes from the dry deserts, so far away from purity of our beautiful forests and rivers, like a Snow White killed by the wicked queen that couldn't be at peace until everything bright and joyful sank into darkness, until everything was bound in the suffocating bonds. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and if anyone comes to me and does not hate his own father and mother and wife and children and brothers and sisters, yes, and even his own life. The beast had spoken. But for 1,000 years our ancestors struggled against the poison of a demon, poison which gradually fouled their blood. For 1,000 years, a war without an end. Until there were no more heroes left, no more warriors. And the snow fell, the Fimbulveter, covering the beast's only rivals. Still, our blood remembers, for only he who bears his own soul living and burning in his breast is an individual, a master. Stronger than any army is the man who wields the power which resides in him, just as he who abandons his own kind is a slave. Often in my dreams I see Goths, Vandals, Saxons, Langobards. I hear the Romans whispering, "Look, the Goths are coming, with them virtue rules. And look, the Vandals are coming, making even the Romans become chaste." To such men and women, the commandments from Sinai were offered as a guiding light, not to commit acts they never would have dreamt of, a promise of a reward in heaven for abstaining from doing things which, according to their own nature, were beneath the dignity even of animals. "You were born in sin," scream the fools trying to convert them. screamed at men and women who were infinitely superior in human dignity and morality, and who for countless generations lived far above the moral plateau on which the commandments from Sinai operated, until they raised their swords in wrath. For our ancestors were on intimate terms with their gods. They needed no halo-wearing intermediaries when they wished to speak to Tiwas, when they wished to consult Wardanas, Thunras. Their creed had been for generations, do right and fear no one. Their spiritual consciousness lived deep in their souls, serving them like a compass needle, always steering a ship on its proper course. Is that not a better religion than one which must be written in a thick book, lest it be forgotten, until a priest comes to interpret what is written? And even then an act of great faith is required to believe that this intricate interpretation is correct. Even today, this alien faith is unable to strike roots in our blood, and to our ancestors faith grew from blood. For the way of our ancestors lives on, eternally in our blood like a dream. So let a man be noble, benevolent, loyal, and good. Does that not say far more than the commandments issued to the depraved rebel of the desert in order to make them grasp the rudiments of humanity? To the men of Europe, these commandments were a slander, an insult to their sacred blood, their gods, blood that gives life, bears divinity, purity, blood that is clear in its red stream, as long as the people shall endure. But know this, when the weakness strikes, and it will, forget not who is always with you, watching you from the high seat, watching you with great love. Don't you recognize them?